The rain-slicked alley in Chicago's South Side reeked of garbage and desperation, sirens slicing through the downpour like accusations. Alex Rivera, hands slick with blood that wasn't his, pressed gauze to the stranger's gunshot wound, his heart hammering not from the chaos, but from the cop looming over them. Officer Harlan Tate, badge shining like a false halo, his service pistol still warm in its holster. In the shadows, a wide-eyed boy of 9 clutched a tattered backpack, whispering, "He shot him, mister. I saw everything." And in that child's gaze, Alex saw not just the crime, but the unraveling of his own carefully guarded secret. Alex's ambulance lights painted the brick walls in erratic blue pulses as he loaded the victim onto the stretcher, the man's labored breaths a grim countdown. Harlan stepped closer, his voice a low growl masked as concern. "You didn't see nothing, kid. And you, EMT, keep your mouth shut if you know what's good for you." But the boy, Jamie, didn't flinch. His small hand gripped Alex's sleeve, eyes flicking to the rainbow pin hidden under Alex's uniform collar, a silent pact forged months ago in the community center where Alex volunteered, reading stories to kids like him. Kids with parents too broken or absent to notice the colors in their own worlds. Alex had confided in Jamie once, during a quiet afternoon, when the boy asked why Alex never talked about a mommy or daddy, like the others. It was a mistake born of loneliness, a crack in the armor Alex wore against a city that chewed up queers like him and spat out bones. By dawn, the ER buzzed with the controlled frenzy of shift change, fluorescent lights humming like judgmental whispers. Alex scrubbed his hands raw at the sink, the water turning pink, his mind replaying the alley. Harlan's boot on the victim's chest, the muffled shot, the way the cop's eyes had darted to Jamie hiding behind a dumpster. Reporting it meant crossing a line. Cops protected their own, and Alex, a gay Latino EMT in a precinct rife with whispers about those types, knew the fallout could strip him bare. His phone buzzed, a text from Marcus, his on-again, off-again boyfriend, the one steady light in his storm-swept life. "Heard about the shooting. You okay? Dinner tonight." Marcus, with his easy laugh and artist's hands, had pulled Alex from the edge after his coming-out implosion 2 years back, when his family in Pilsen disowned him for choosing that life. But trust was fragile. Marcus had his own ghosts, a conservative upbringing that made every milestone a battle. Alex typed back a quick, "Yeah, just shaken," then deleted it, staring at the screen until it blurred. He couldn't drag Marcus into this, not yet. Instead, he slipped into the empty break room, dialing the internal affairs hotline with trembling fingers. "This is Alex Rivera, badge 4782. I need to report an officer-involved shooting. Witnessed by me and a civilian." The operator's voice was neutral, probing, but Alex kept Jamie's name out, buying time. Hanging up, he slumped against the vending machine, the weight of it all crashing down. What if Harlan found out? The cop had already cornered him in the alley, muttering slurs under his breath. "You people always stirring shit." A reminder that Alex's queerness was just another weapon in their arsenal. Across town, in a cramped apartment overlooking Lake Michigan, Marcus Hale sketched furiously, charcoal smudging his fingers as he tried to capture the curve of Alex's jaw from memory. A graphic novelist by trade, Marcus poured his frustrations into panels of queer heroes toppling empires. But real life felt messier, less redeemable. Their relationship had started in a pride parade after-party. Alex's uniform discarded for a tank top that revealed tattoos of Aztec warriors intertwined with pride flags, a bold statement against the machismo of his upbringing. Marcus, with his pale skin and Midwestern politeness, had been drawn to that fire, but lately, Alex's walls were rising again. Late nights at the station, evasive texts. Was it the job, or something deeper? A knock at the door jolted him. It was Lena, his sister, the family's reluctant ally in his coming out, bearing takeout and tough love. "You look like hell, Mark." Spill. Over greasy lo mein, Marcus confessed his fears, Lena's eyes softening behind her glasses. She was straight, married to a cop no less. Irony that bit deep, but she'd fought for him when their parents quoted Bible verses like bullets. "Alex loves you. But love in this city? It's a gauntlet. Give him space." Her words lingered as Marcus biked home through the drizzle, the wind whipping doubts into frenzy. Little did he know, The gauntlet was tightening around them all. Back at the firehouse, Alex's shift dragged into overtime, the acrid scent of diesel clinging to his skin like regret. He avoided the common room where firefighters swapped stories, their banter laced with the casual homophobia that made his stomach twist, jokes about fairies in the fairy tale that landed like punches. Jamie's face haunted him, the boy's freckled cheeks and mop of red hair a beacon of unintended complicity. Alex had met him at the center, where he ran a program for LGBTQ youth and allies, teaching resilience through stories of Stonewall and beyond. Jamie wasn't out. Hell, at 9, he was still piecing together his own puzzle, but he'd latched onto Alex like a lifeline, asking questions that pierced. Why do people hate what makes you happy? That day, under a mural of Harvey Milk, Alex had let slip, because they're scared of their own shadows. Now, that shadow had teeth. A call came in just after midnight. Domestic disturbance in Englewood, the kind that escalated fast. Alex and his partner, Rico, raced through red lights, the engine's wail a temporary exorcism. On scene, a woman hysterical in the doorway, her partner slumped on the stairs, bruises blooming like accusations. As Alex assessed vitals, his radio crackled. Rivera, IA wants a statement. Now, his blood ran cold. Harlan. It had to be. Rico shot him a look. Rico knew, had known since Alex saved his ass in a multi-car pileup, and they shared beers after, coming out to each other over the phone. What did you do, man? Rico muttered, helping load the patient. Alex shook his head, the lie bitter on his tongue. Nothing. Yet. The IA interview room was a sterile box, coffee stale and questions sharper. Detective Ruiz, a no-nonsense Latina with a stare that peeled layers, leaned in. Walk me through the alley, Rivera. Every detail. Alex recounted it clinically. The argument he interrupted en route to another call, Harlan's arrival, the shot that went wide but didn't. He omitted Jamie at first, but Ruiz pressed, her pen tapping like a metronome. Anyone else see? Swallowing hard, Alex nodded. A kid. Minor. He's scared. Ruiz's eyes narrowed, not in suspicion, but something like respect. We'll protect sources. But Tate's got friends in high places. You sure? Alex thought of Marcus's laugh, the way it lit rooms, of Jamie's trust, fragile as glass. I'm sure. Word spread like smoke in the precincts. By morning, Alex's locker was trashed, photos of him and Marcus at a rally, torn and scattered, a note scrawled. Snitches get stitches, and worse. His hands shook as he taped them back, the betrayal cutting deeper than any blade. Marcus called then, voice laced with worry. Babe, what the hell's going on? Cops at the center asking about a kid named Jamie. Alex's world tilted. Harlan had gone hunting. Meet me at the pier. Now. The Lake Michigan wind howled as they collided in an embrace, Marcus's arms a harbor against the gale. Talk to me, he urged, cupping Alex's face. The words tumbled out. The shooting, the report, Jamie's secret knowledge of Alex's life, now a potential noose. Marcus paled, his artist's fingers tracing Alex's knuckles. This is bigger than us. But we're in it together. Their walk along the concrete path was a fragile interlude, waves crashing like unspoken fears. Marcus confessed his own doubts, the pressure from his family to settle down normal. How Alex made him brave. I love you for who you are. The fighter, the healer. Don't let them dim that. Alex pulled him close, the kiss salt-tinged and desperate, a vow against the encroaching dark. But as they parted, a black SUV idled across the street, Harlan's silhouette unmistakable. The chase was on. Jamie huddled in the community center's back office. Ms. Elena, the director, a fierce trans woman with silver-streaked hair, coaxing details from him over hot cocoa. You did right, Mijo. Heroes look like scared kids sometimes. Jamie nodded, but his eyes darted to the window, expecting monsters. He'd run from his mom's boyfriend's rage that night, ducking into the alley for sanctuary, only to witness Harlan executing a dealer who owed protection money. The cop had spotted him, his threats, but Jamie had bolted to the nearest light, Alex's ambulance. Now, with social services looping in, the boy faced foster care roulette, his one anchor Alex under siege. Alex arrived as Elena finished, scooping Jamie into a hug that smelled of antiseptic and safety. Hey, brave one. We're gonna fix this. But Jamie pulled back, voice small. He knows about you. The rainbow. Said he'd tell everyone you're wrong. The word landed like shrapnel, reopening old wounds from Alex's youth, taunts in high school locker rooms, his father's belt for shaming the family. Alex forced a smile. Wrong? Nah, we're the right kind of different. Elena watched, her own scars a map of transitions and triumphs, offering quiet solidarity. I've got your back, Alex. This center's a fortress. But fortresses cracked. That afternoon, Harlan cornered Alex in the firehouse garage, Rico conveniently absent. The cop's breath reeked of bourbon, his meaty hand clamping Alex's shoulder. Call off the dogs, queer. Or that kid's next on my list, and your pretty boy artist? Accidents happen. Alex's pulse thundered, but he met the gaze, channeling every protest march, every therapy session unpacking his trauma. Touch them, and I'll burn your world down. Harlan laughed, a bark devoid of humor, shoving him against the truck. Try it. Department's got my 6. Bruised but unbroken, Alex drove to Marcus's studio, collapsing onto the worn leather couch amid half-finished comics of queer Avengers. Marcus bandaged the forming welts, his touch gentle, eyes stormy. We need a plan. Not just survival, justice. They brainstormed late into the night, Marcus sketching timelines, Alex mapping precinct alliances. A name surfaced, Detective Ruiz, who'd hinted at a task force sniffing Tate's corruption. But trust was currency Alex could ill afford. Ruiz could be playing both sides. Dawn brought escalation. Jamie vanished from the center, snatched during a playground recess, Elena's screams echoing as she dialed 911. Alex's phone lit up with Harlan's blocked number, a photo of the boy bound in a warehouse, text reading, drop the report. Where he drops. Rage and terror warred in Alex's chest, propelling him to Ruiz's doorstep, pounding until she answered in robe and fury. Rivera? What the? Kidnapped. Tate. We end this now. Ruiz's face hardened, ushering him in. Over black coffee, she revealed her hand. Undercover for months, building a case on Tate's shakedowns of immigrant neighborhoods. The shooting was sloppy, his unraveling. But IA's compromised. We go rogue. Alex hesitated, the weight of we a lifeline or noose. Marcus arrived minutes later, face ashen from Elena's call, sliding into the fray with a flash drive of hacked precinct logs. His illustrators eye spotting patterns in public records Tate had buried. The trio huddled, Ruiz's living room a war room of laptops and takeout boxes. Jamie's innocence fueled them, a child's faith in heroes mirroring Alex's own buried hope. Marcus's hand found Alex's under the table, a squeeze saying we're rewriting the ending. But as they plotted a sting, Alex as bait, Ruiz as wire, Marcus on digital overwatch, a twist blindsided. Jamie's mom, strung out and desperate, had tipped Harlan for a fix, trading her son's safety for a hit. Betrayal's sting rivaled the crime itself, forcing Alex to confront his savior complex, the way he projected his fractured family onto the boy. They moved at dusk, Alex's truck rumbling toward the abandoned meatpacking district, heart a drumbeat of dread. Harlan waited in the gloom, Jamie gagged beside him, the cops gonna promise of endings. Knew you'd come, hero. Alex stepped out, hands raised, voice steady. Let him go. This is between us. Harlan sneered, circling like a shark. Us? You're a freak playing savior. City's better without your kind stirring pity parties. The wire itched under Alex's shirt, Ruiz's team closing in silent. But Harlan smelled the trap, backhanding Alex to the ground, blood blooming on his lip. Jamie's muffled cries pierced the air, the boy's eyes locking on Alex's, a mirror of shared secrets, the quiet admissions of difference that bound them. In that gaze, Alex found steel. We're not freaks. We're family. Harlan raised the gun, but Marcus's voice crackled from the shadows, distracting with a flung rock, buying Ruiz seconds to swarm. Chaos erupted. Shouts, tasers popping, Harlan cuffed, and snarling curses. Jamie flung himself at Alex, sobs racking his small frame as paramedics. Alex's crew, Rico at the helm, swarmed to check him over. In the melee, Marcus pulled Alex aside, foreheads touching, breaths mingling. You scared me. Alex laughed through tears, the sound raw and real. Good. Means you care. Their kiss was brief, fierce, a seal on survival. But redemption's path twisted. Weeks later, in a courtroom thick with tension, Tate's trial unfolded like a Greek tragedy. Witnesses recanting under pressure, his union lawyer painting him as a family man under siege. Alex testified, voice unwavering. Jamie beside him in a suit too big, the boy's hand in his talisman. Marcus sat rows back, sketching Justice's face, his next graphic novel born from their scars. Lena testified too, her cop husband's reluctant corroboration tipping scales, proof that bridges could span chasms. The verdict, guilty. Tate's glare from the dock was venom, but powerless. Outside, rain cleared to stars, Chicago's skyline a jagged promise. Jamie hugged Alex tight. You're my hero for real. The boy went to Elena's foster care, a safe harbor with rainbows on the walls. Alex and Marcus walked hand in hand to the lake, the water's edge of baptism. No more secrets? Marcus asked, vulnerability raw. Alex nodded, pulling out the pin, pinning it openly to his jacket. None. Just us. Yet shadows lingered. Ruiz called months on. Tate's cell whispers unearthed a ring, deeper prejudices festering. Alex, now advocacy lead at the center, geared for the fight. Marcus illustrating campaigns that humanized the marginalized. Their love deepened in the forge of trial, arguments flaring over risks but cooling in midnight confessions. One night, under sheets tangled like plot lines, Marcus traced Alex's tattoos. You saved more than Jamie. You saved me from hiding. Alex smiled, the weight lifting. We save each other. In quiet moments, Alex volunteered still, Jamie thriving, his questions evolving to dreams. The city pulsed on, prejudices cracking under persistent light. Alex's family reached out tentatively, a letter from his sister, words of regret. Forgiveness brewed slow, but possible. And in the alley's echo, where blood once spilled, a community mural rose, figures intertwined, diverse and defiant, captioned secrets shared, strengths forged. The hook of that rainy night had reeled them into storm, but together, they charted calm. Love, it turned out, wasn't absence of conflict but the courage to face it, hand in unyielding hand. The sun crested Lake Michigan like a hesitant ally, gilding the skyline as Alex steered his beat-up Civic through morning traffic, the radio droning about Tate's appeal hearing. It had been 6 months since the warehouse takedown, but justice in Chicago moved like molasses in January, slow, sticky, prone to freezing solid. Alex's knuckles whitened on the wheel, Jamie's backpack bouncing on the passenger seat beside him. The kid was all limbs and energy now, chattering about school plays and a crush on his classmate who draws dinosaurs like Marcus. Alex glanced over, a pang of protectiveness mixing with pride. Sounds like someone's got good taste. Jamie's grin faltered, eyes on the passing brownstones. What if the bad cop gets out? Comes for us again? The question hung, a ghost from the dark. Alex pulled into the center's lot, killing the engine. He won't. We've got walls higher than his hate. But inside, doubt gnawed. Tate's lawyers were sharks, funded by Blue Line brotherhoods that viewed Alex's testimony as betrayal. Elena met them at the door, her hug enveloping, voice a bomb. Morning, warriors. Got a surprise. Lena's dropping by with her hubby. Thinks he can help with the appeal dirt. Lena's husband, Sergeant O'Malley, was a bear of a man with a mustache like a broom and eyes that twinkled despite the badge's burden. Straight as an arrow, he'd shocked his precinct by backing Ruiz's op, citing oath over optics. Over coffee in Elena's office, he slid a folder across the desk, redacted emails linking Tate to off-books donations from neighborhood enforcers. This'll bury him deeper. But watch your backs, resentment's brewing. Alex nodded, the folder heavy as lead. Marcus texted then, studio break? Need your muse. A smile tugged Alex's lips. Marcus's latest project, Shadows Unraveled, fictionalized their saga, queering the cop thriller genre with empathy's edge. The afternoon blurred in sessions, teens sharing coming-out horrors, Alex facilitating with stories of his own stumbles, like the time his abuelita found his diary and wept not from disgust, but fear for his safety. Vulnerability built bonds, but drained him, leaving echoes of isolation. Driving to Marcus's, Alex detoured through Pilsen, murals of Frida Kahlo and Che Guevara watching like ancestors. His family's door loomed, The letter from his sister Sophia, a bridge half-built. He knocked, heart thudding. Sophia answered, older than memory, lines etched by worry. Alex. No embrace, but no door slam, progress. Inside, the apartment smelled of tamales and tension, their mother in the kitchen, father absent as always. Sophia poured tea, words halting. We read about the trial. Mama prays for you. Alex's throat tightened. Prays I change. Or just survive. Sophia's eyes welled. Both. We're trying, hermano. It's hard, unlearning. The conversation meandered, thorns yielding to tentative soil, questions about Marcus, pride in Jamie's progress. No full mending, but a crack for light. Marcus waited at the studio door, easel in hand, paint-splattered overalls hugging his frame. Family recon, he guessed, pulling Alex into a kiss that tasted of turpentine and home. They worked side by side, Marcus inking panels of a hero EMT, facing badge-wielding phantoms. Alex voicing dialogue that rang true. This part, where he doubts his partner's loyalty, too on the nose. Marcus asked, brow furrowed. Alex chuckled. Nah. Life's messier, art catches up. Dinner was delivery pizza on the fire escape, city lights twinkling like conspirators. Marcus opened up about his latest block. How do I draw redemption without cliches? Tate's not a cartoon villain. He's broken, like us. Alex's hand covered his. Draw the mess. The love that pulls through. Night deepened, but sleep evaded. Alex's phone buzzed at 2 a.m., Ruiz. Tate's appealing on witness tampering claims. Points to the kid. Fury surged, hot and helpless. He slipped from bed, pacing the loft's exposed beams. Jamie's trust, hard won, now ammunition. Marcus stirred, joining him with mugs of chamomile. We'll fight. Elena's got lawyers. I've got contacts in publishing for awareness spreads. Their planning session stretched to dawn, ideas flowering. A podcast series on queer whistleblowers, art installations in high-risk neighborhoods. But beneath strategy, fear coiled. What if the appeal won? What if Harlan's ghost lingered, poisoning every victory? The hearing loomed a week out, Chicago's autumn crisp with falling leaves and falling tempers. Alex threw himself into work, runs to overdose scenes in Cabrini Green, where despair wore young faces. One call hit close. A trans teen, pulse thready from a hate-fueled beating, whispering don't let them win as Alex stabilized. In the ambulance, tears stung. The kid's defiance echoed Jamie's, a call to arms. Back at base, Rico clapped his shoulder. You're making waves, man. Heard some brass muttering about diversity training. You're doing. Pride flickered, dimmed by the bruises under his eyes. Marcus's exhibit opening that Friday was a whirlwind of gallery chatter and clinking glasses, his Shadows series drawing gasps. Canvases of intertwined figures, badges melting into rainbows. Alex stood sentinel, Jamie in tow, the boys all lighting the room. It's like our story, but pretty. A critic cornered Marcus. Too autobiographical? Risks sentimentality. Marcus's reply was velvet steel. Sentiment's the antidote to silence. Later, in a quiet corner, Alex pulled him close. Proud of you. Marcus's eyes shone. Of us. But the night's joy soured with a shadow. O'Malley texting Lena, who relayed to Alex. Anonymous tips to IA, claiming Alex coerced Jamie's testimony, leveraging personal favors. The slur implicit, twisting Alex's mentorship into predation. Rage boiled, but Marcus tempered it. Counterpunch. We go public, controlled. Elena rallied the center's board, a petition circulating online, signatures from allies nationwide. Sophia called too, voice fierce. Mama wants to sign. Says family's got your back now. The appeal day dawned gray, courthouse steps swarmed by press and protesters, rainbow flags snapping in wind. Alex testified again, Jamie's guardian ad litem vouching his uncorrupted account. Tate's lawyer grilled, painting Alex as activist agitator, but Ruiz's rebuttal dismantled it. Evidence of the cop's ledger of sins. The judge's gavel fell, appeal denied, sentence upheld. Cheers erupted, but Alex's victory tasted bittersweet. Outside, counter-protesters hurled epithets, a bottle shattering near Jamie's feet. Marcus shielded them, Elena hurting to safety. In the aftermath, fractures healed uneven. Alex's family attended a center fundraiser, his mother's tamales a peace offering, conversation halting but present. Jamie's mom entered rehab, custody battles ahead, but hope seated. Marcus's book deal landed, shadows unraveled poised to amplify. And in their loft, love's rhythm steadied. Mornings tangled in sheets, evenings plotting futures. One night, Alex traced Marcus's collarbone. Think we beat the odds? Marcus smiled, lazy and sure. We are the odds. Yet Chicago whispered warnings. A new cop in Tate's mold patrolling Southside beats. Prejudices evergreen. Alex mentored on, Jamie shadowing his shifts. The boy sketches of superheroes now featuring dual dads. The alley scar faded, replaced by resolve. Secrets, once burdens, became badges, worn openly, forging paths through the gauntlet. Winter clamped Chicago in iron. Snow drifts muffling the city's growl as Alex shoveled the center's walk, breath fogging in plumes. Jamie darted snowballs, laughter a defiant melody against the cold front that had settled post-appeal, literal and figurative. Tate rotted in Stateville, but his echo reverberated. Precinct morale tanked, whispers of snitch hunts filtering through Rico's gossip. Alex's promotion to supervisor dangled, contingent on team building, code for towing lines he refused. Inside, the center hummed with holiday prep, trees adorned in multicolored lights, symbolizing spectra of identity. Elena cornered him by the craft table, where kids glued glitter to ornaments. Boards impressed with the petition traction. But funding's tight, grant applications due. Alex nodded, mind on Marcus's deadline crunch, their date nights sacrificed to laptops. I'll handle the narrative section. Make it personal. Elena's gaze softened. Don't burn out, mi amor. Heroes need recharging. Marcus's loft was a blizzard of deadlines, takeout boxes avalanche on counters. He greeted Alex with a weary kiss, sketchpads splayed like battle plans. Chapter 3's killing me. The betrayal arc feels forced. Alex massaged his shoulders, knots unyielding. Mirror it to us. The mom tipping Tate. Not malice but desperation. Layers make it real. Marcus leaned back, gratitude in his sigh. You're my co-writer, you know that? Dinner was ramen, elevated by shared dreams. A cabin getaway post-book launch. Just them and the woods quiet. But quiet shattered with Rico's call at midnight. Shooting in Humboldt Park. Your witness type, get here. Alex dressed in haste, Marcus stirring. Be safe. The scene was carnage under street lamps. A non-binary activist down, assailant fled, bystanders murmuring of a cop car idling nearby. Alex worked triage, stabilizing the victim, a young artist named Kai, tattoos echoing Marcus's style. He said, watch your back. Kai gasped, eyes locking on Alex's pin, now overt. They know we're rising. The ER wait was interminable, Kai's vitals beeping accusations. Ruiz arrived, coat dusted white, face grim. Patterns emerging. Tate's old crew, retaliation disguised as street justice. She pulled Alex aside, voice low. Need your eyes on this. Unofficial consultant. Alex's gut twisted, deeper in, harder out. But Kai's whisper echoed, a call he couldn't ignore. I'm in. Morning brought fallout. Press sniffing the cop angle, Marcus fielding interview requests for shadows. At breakfast, he broached it gently. This consultant gig, it's exposure. Good for the book, but... Alex set down his fork, vulnerability surfacing. Feels like chasing ghosts. What if it's endless? Marcus reached across, thumb stroking his wrist. Then we chase together. But set boundaries, date one night a week, no shop talk. The pact sealed with a kiss, simple as vows. Jamie's school play cast him as the brave sidekick in a tale of misfit friends toppling a tyrant. A meta-nod that had Alex tearing up at rehearsal. Sophia attended, clapping loudest, her presence a thaw. Post-show, over ice cream, she admitted, Papa's coming around. Saw your pin on TV, didn't flinch. Alex's chest loosened, a knot undone. Tell him thanks. Means more than words. The consultant role ramped slow. Ruiz's task force met in unmarked diners, piecing timelines of incidents, targeting queer organizers. Alex's EMT logs proved gold, patterns in response times, delays on Pride-adjacent calls. One night, poring over maps, a dot connected. Kai's shooter matched a patrol under Tate's former lieutenant, Brody. He's escalating, Ruiz muttered. Alex's phone buzzed. Anonymous. Back off, or your artist bleeds. Ice flooded veins. He showed Marcus, who paled but plotted. Trace it. I've got a hacker friend from art school. Their trace led to a burner, but the threat lingered, shadows lengthening. Marcus's book tour loomed, cities beckoning, separation a specter. Come with, he urged during a rare movie night. Broke back a bittersweet echo. Alex hesitated, center duties and task force tethering. Can't leave Jamie hanging. The argument simmered low, Marcus accusing burnout avoidance, Alex firing back on naivety. Words cut, but makeup was fervent, bodies aligning in apologies heat, emotions raw without excess. Spring teased with crocuses as the task force raided Brody's locker. Evidence of planted baggies on activists, falsified reports. Alex's testimony loomed again, this time federal. Prepping with Ruiz, doubt crept. What if they spin me as grudge holder? She clapped his back. Truth's your shield. And you've got an army now. The raid's aftermath was electric. Arrests rippling, media frenzy. Marcus's launch party overflowed, shadows unraveled, signing lines snaking. Alex manned the door, Jamie hawking buttons, Elena toasting to unsung saviors. A critic gushed to Marcus. Raw, unflinching, queer noir at its best. Later, on the balcony, overlooking glittering lights, Marcus proposed, not ring, but promise. Marry me? Not tomorrow, but when the dust settles. Alex's yes was whispered, world narrowing to that joy. But dust swirled. Brody's crew retaliated, firebombing the center's storage. No one hurt, but Elena's office gutted, grants jeopardized. Alex arrived to ash and tears, Jamie wide-eyed. They hate us that much? Rage-fueled rebuild, community fundraisers, Marcus auctioning originals. Sophia organized tamale sales, family pitching in. In the rubble, bonds solidified, prejudices confronted head-on. Summer sweltered, trials compounding. Alex balanced court dates with beach days, Jamie building sandcastles of fortresses. Marcus's tour wrapped triumphant, returns marked by lazy picnics. One evening, Abuelita's ring, Sophia's doing, invited them for dinner. The table groaned with food, conversation tentative, questions on the book, pride parades. Papa's grunt. You fight good, Mijo. Enough for now. The Brody verdict sealed the ring's fracture, convictions stacking. Ruiz bought rounds at a dive, toasting to the whistleblower who started it all. Alex raised his glass, Marcus's arm around him. To secrets turned strengths. Jamie, babysat by Elena, sent a text drawing them as caped crusaders. Laughter bubbled, healing sound. Yet vigilance remained. New threats bloomed in comment sections, precinct grumbles. Alex's promotion landed, diversity mandate attached. Marcus-eyed expansions, graphic novel series. Their engagement whispered forward, plans sketched like panels. Love, tested, emerged tempered, deep, unyielding. In quiet, Alex reflected. The alley's hook had ensnared, but they'd woven net to safety. Chicago's pulse beat on, inclusive heart growing. Heat waves warped the air over Wrigley Field as Alex and Marcus claimed bleacher seats. Cubs game a rare escape, Jamie munching Cracker Jacks between them. The crack of bats mirrored Alex's mood, hopeful swings amid strikes. The center's rebuild shone, donor plaques gleaming, but funding wobbles persisted, Elena's emails urgent. Marcus's series greenlit, deadlines a joyful noose. Pitch meeting next week. LA, he said, dodging a foul ball. Alex nodded, masking envy. Break a leg. I'll hold the fort. Post-game traffic crawled, radio buzzing with a fresh scandal. IA probe into blue flu sickouts protesting the task force wins. Alex's name surfaced in op-eds. Hero or homewrecker? Marcus squeezed his thigh. Ignore the noise. Your legend. Home. Jamie crashed on the couch, TV flickering cartoons. Marcus tucked him, returning to find Alex staring at engagement sketches, vows blending Aztec motifs and ink swirls. Second thoughts. Marcus teased. Alex pulled him down. First thoughts, every day. Dawn calls shattered idol. Multi-victim pileup on the Dan Ryan, Alex's team first on. Twisted metal, screams. A father shielding his queer son, both pinned. Alex crawled through wreckage, vitals steady despite shakes. Hang on, kid. Dad's fighting for you. The boy, eyes like Jamie's, whispered, thanks for seeing me. Extraction success, but the echo lingered, fueling Alex's op-ed rebuttal. Whistleblowers aren't wreckers, they're welders, mending what hate breaks. The piece went viral, shares from GLAAD to precinct reform groups. Ruiz called, laughing, "You're a damn wordsmith. Use it," keynote at the conference. The Midwest Queer Justice Summit, panel on institutional bias. Alex balked, spotlight phobia rooted in closet days, but Marcus coached, "Your voice changes rooms." Rehearsals in the loft, Jamie critiquing with crayons. Sophia FaceTime tips, her lawyer poise rubbing off. Conference week clashed with Marcus's pitch, airports pulling opposite. Video date. Marcus joked at security, kiss lingering. Alex flew solo, Chicago to Minneapolis, nerves jangling. The summit buzzed, activists, survivors, badges seeking redemption. Elena keynote pre-him, trans trailblazer tales inspiring. Alex's slot, packed hall, faces expectant. He spoke raw. Alley night, Jamie's gaze, Tate's fall, love's anchor in Marcus. Prejudice isn't policy, it's poison. We antidote with truth. Q&A delved deep, a cop asking how forgive. Alex paused. Start by listening. Like my family did. Backstage, a fan approached. Kai, healed, exhibiting protest art. Your words? Fuel. Hugs exchanged, connection sparking. Flight home, Alex texted Marcus. Nailed it. Miss you. Reply. Proud. Pitch aced. Series greenlit full. Home tomorrow. Reunion was fireworks. Loft strewn with takeout. Jamie's banner, welcome superheroes. Marcus swept Alex off feet, spinning till dizzy. To empires. Dinner tales flowed. LA schmoozes, summit highs. Bed beckoned, but talk turned serious. Wedding whispers, Jamie's role as ring bearer. Adopt him. Marcus ventured. Alex's heart swelled. If his mom's game. Family mosaic. Autumn leaves turned, summit ripples enduring. Invites to panels, center grants flowing. But undercurrents stirred. Brody's appeal, claiming entrapment, dredging old smears. Anonymous mail, center photos, circled windows, eyes everywhere. Alex bolstered security, Elena hiring off-duty allies. Marcus integrated threats into plots, catharsis inked. Sophia's visit bridged gaps. Family dinner at the loft, Papa silent but present, sampling Marcus's gumbo. Conversation tiptoed. Work, weather, then the fight. Papa grunted. Saw your speech. Brave. Alex's eyes stung. Learned from you, stubborn. Laughter cracked ice, bonds mending. Jamie's birthday bash at the center. Piñata bursting candy rainbows, kids diverse as dreams. A gift from Kai. Portrait of Alex as caped healer. For the wall. Jamie beamed, hugging tight. Best uncle ever. The word hung, future tinged. Marcus's first arc dropped, reviews raving. Queer resilience reimagined. Book tour mini, Alex tagging for Chicago stop. Signing lines, fans sharing stories, mirrors to theirs. One night, hotel balcony, city sprawl below. Marcus knelt properly. Rings simple, silver with etched shadows. Forever. Alex's yes echoed. Winter solstice wedding small. Lakeside, snow-dusted, Elena officiating. Vows wove tales, hooks to havens. Jamie scattered petals, Rico best man, Sophia matron. Dance under stars, Marcus's hand warm. Our plot twists best. Post-honeymoon cabin idol, Wood's whispering peace, reality beckoned. Center expansion plans, Marcus's deadlines. A new threat, reform bill stalling, Tate's allies lobbying. Alex testified again, voice seasoned. Change isn't charity, it's survival. In quiet, love anchored. Mornings coffee shared, evenings stories spun. Jamie's adoption papers filed, mom's blessing tearful. Family grew, roots deepening. Chicago's heart, once alley dark, glowed. Secrets? Now stories, shared in light. Blizzard winds howled off the lake, blanketing the city in white as Alex bundled Jamie for school drop-off. The boys chatter a shield against the forecast storm. Literal squalls and brewing backlash. The reform bill, Alex's testimony linchpin, teetered in committee, Tate's ghost lobbying through proxies. Marcus's tour kicked off, Airport goodbyes poignant. Call every night. Alex murmured, kiss fierce. Jamie waved from the car. Tell stories to the clouds. Center duties piled. Grant reports. Youth counseling spikes from holiday blues. Elena's office, festooned tinsel, hosted a crisis. Teen runaway. Outed by family. Couch surfing brutal. Alex listened hours, his own discernment scars empathizing. Home's not blood, it's belonging. Placement secured, but exhaustion etched. Rico texted, beers? Off-duty therapy. The dive was dim, foam-flecked tails flowing. You're carrying the world, Hamano, Rico said. Alex shrugged. Someone's gotta. News broke mid-pint. Bill gutted, anti-whistleblower riders slipped in. Fury viral, protests planned. Alex rallied the center, Marcus zooming from Philly. Channel it. Op-ed barrage. Sophia co-authored, family voice amplifying. Submission frenzy, but sleep evaded, nightmares of alleys replaying. Jamie's school conference glowed. Teacher praising his empathy, future leader. Pick-up ice cream ritual, boy probing. When's the wedding part 2? With cake. Alex laughed. Spring. You'll wear a tux. Jamie's eyes sparkled. With cape. Marcus's Philly reading packed. Fans dissecting arcs. Post-event call. Miss your critique. This crowd loves the twist. Alex, tucking Jamie, shared center wins. A donor match from the summit. Proud synergy. Hang-up lingered. Distance sharpening ache. Storm hit full. Power flickering. Center shelter opened. Alex overnighting with cots and cocoa. Midnight knock. Kai, snow-crusted, art portfolio in tow. Need walls to crash, family drama. Stories swapped till dawn, bonds forging in gale. Power restored, Ruiz called. Bill's phoenixing, backlash too fierce. Your op-ed's ammo. February thawed slow, wedding plans blooming. Venue hunt, Lakeside Pavilion. Invites handwritten, Marcus's flair and seals. Sophia hosted shower, tamales and toasts. Papa's speech halting, Mijo found light. We follow. Tears collective, healing's tide. Jamie's adoption hearing dawned crisp, courtroom solemn, mom's testimony sober. Judges nod. Family affirmed. Jamie's hug crushed, official now. Celebration park picnic, Marcus tossing frisbee, Elena snapping pics. Mosaic complete. Marcus's tour wrapped triumphant, returns with swag and stories. Loft reunion. Unpacking tales, then bed sanctuary. Tours blur without you. Marcus confessed. Alex traced his jaw. Blurs ours now. Intimacy rekindled, emotions layered, trust rebuilt brick by brick. Spring equinox wedding eve. Rehearsal dinner boisterous, Rico toasting to loves that's safe. Nerves jangled, but Marcus's hand steadied. Dawn ceremony. Petals scattering, vows echoing waves. In shadows, you my light. Rings exchanged, kiss sealed under arch of allies. Honeymoon whispers postponed, bill vote imminent. Alex lobbied Springfield, Marcus illustrating campaigns. Vote day. Yes, riders stripped. Cheers statewide, center party euphoric. Elena hoisted glass. To architects. Summer sizzled, newlyweds nesting. Jamie's room revamp. Art walls. Marcus's second arc brainstormed. Alex consulting plots. A curve. Publisher eyes adaptation. Screen pitch. Hollywood queer. Marcus mused. Alex grinned. Our hoax cinematic. Fall foliage framed family outing. Pilsen mural tour. Abway details. Papa pointed. That warrior? Like you. Acceptances bloom. Threats ebbed, but vigilance schooled. New youth program launched. Jamie mentoring. One evening, stars pricking sky, Alex and Marcus porch sat. Think we rest? Marcus asked. Alex's arm tightened. Rest in motion. Chicago's saga continued, their chapter etched enduring, love's plot, twists tamed. Equinox sun dipped low, painting the lake gold as Alex, Marcus, and Jamie picnicked on the sand, kites dancing defiantly against autumn gusts. The screen pitch had landed a pilot green light. Echoes of the alley, their lives laundered into drama, casting calls buzzing. Excitement tempered caution. Hollywood's gaze could amplify or distort. No whitewashing our brown. Alex insisted over sandwiches. Marcus nodded, script notes in hand. Authenticity clause locked. Center's expansion ribbon cut loomed, donors milling. Elena's speech soared. From ashes, alliances. Jamie, Mike shy but beaming, unveiled plaque, Rivera hail wing. Sophia snapped pics, Papa mingling awkwardly with Rico. Post-ceremony, Alex fielded calls, Ruiz on reform tweaks, Kai on collab art. Evening loft. Jamie's homework sprawl, Marcus inking revisions. Alex cooked pozole, steam curling memories. Dinner table lively, boy quizzing Uncle Mark on superpowers. Truth serum, Marcus quipped. Bedtime story co-authored, Jamie asleep to rhythms. Night deepened, Marcus and Alex debriefing on balcony. Pilot table read next month. LA trip? Alex hesitated, center pulls strong. Jamie. Elena volunteered anti-duty. Decision made, tickets booked. Sophia's call. Papa wants grandkid time. Alone. Trust test, Alex agreed. LA shimmered artificial, table read electric. Actors nailing beats, queer leads shining. Director pulled Marcus aside. Your heart's in every line. Alex, observer, swelled pride. Networking after. Producers probing sequels, authenticity praised. Hotel rooftop toast, to hooks that hook him. Return grounded. Jamie's tales of Abuelita spoiling, center crisis, a staffer outed, backlash brewing. Alex mediated, HR weaving safety nets. Marcus donated series proceeds to funds, visibility weaponized. Winter's grip softened, holidays hybrid. Pills and feast, loft party. Family tables merged, recipes swapped, Papa carving turkey with quiet jokes. Jamie's gift, family portrait, crayons bold. All together. Pilot filming ramped, on-location Chicago shoots. Alex consulted sets, ensuring badge grit real. One scene. Whistleblower cornered. Echoed too close, Marcus tweaking for hope. Wrap party. Cast toasts, Kai's mural backdrop. Spring bloomed scandals. Leak alleging set favoritism, queer baiting whispers. Marcus's response op-ed. Our story, our terms. Backlash flipped support, pilot buzz soaring. Jamie's school play. Lead in Misfit Alliance, channeling their saga. Audience wrapped, curtain call tears. After party ice cream, boy glowing. Felt like us. Summer heat wave, family cabin getaway. Woods whispering, lake swims. Papa fished with Alex, talks turning tides. Regrets aired, forgiveness fished out. Proud Mijo. Always. Marcus and Jamie canoed, laughter echoing. Fall pilot aired, ratings spike, discourse ignites. Tweets laud representation, critics parse depths. Center sees enrollment boom, youth empowered. One night, stars vast, Alex and Marcus hammock swayed. Our secret symphony now, Marcus murmured. Alex kissed temple. Conducted by love. Years folded, series renewed, center empire. Jamie team tall, out and proud, mentoring. Family fused, prejudices relics. The alley's echo? Harmony in the hum. Lives linked, legacies lit.